Welcome to the third part of probability. In this class, we will discuss the probabilities about dice. In the last class, we have done the probability of 2 coin, 1 coin and 3 coins. Here we will do the same thing, probability about dice. So let's dive in. So the first part is the total number of outcome when we roll 1 die, 2 die, 3 die and so on. So the golden rule is die has 6 faces, 6 sides. So similarly in the coin, we have the general formula to find out the total number of outcome, that was 2 raised to n. The number of sides in the coin is 2, n is total number of coins. Similarly, die has 6 number of sides, so the general formula is 6 to the power n. Okay. So suppose the question is, if you are throwing a 1 die, then the total number of outcome will be 6 to the power 1, which is nothing but 6. If you are throwing the 2 dice together, or 2 dice, then 6 to the power 2, which is nothing but 36. So the general formula to find out the total number of outcome is 6 to the power n. Okay. So if for throwing a single die, we have total 6 outcomes. For 2 dice, we have total 36 outcomes. So look at the problems for 1 die. So 1 die, if we collect the sample space, collection of all the outcome, which is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So whenever the question is on 1 die, the denominator is always 6 for the probability. And the numerator is whatever we want. Look at the question. So the first question is, what is the probability of rolling a prime number for a single die? So remember, if we throw a single die, then total number is equal to 6. Total even numbers, which is nothing but 3, 2, 4, 6. Odd numbers, that is also 3, 1, 3, 5. And prime number, which is also 3, 2, 3, 5. So here the question is, what is the probability of getting a prime number? So denominator is total outcome, which is 6, and total 3 prime numbers are there in a single die. So the outcome is 3 upon 6, which is nothing but 1 over 2. Okay. Suppose the question is find the probability of getting even number, then again the same answer 1 by 2. Of getting odd number, again the same answer 1 by 2. Okay. And here one more thing, 1 is not a prime. Prime number is starting from 2. Why 1 is not a prime? Because prime number has exactly 2 factors. 1 has only one factor, 1, so that's why it is not a prime. Look at the next question. What is the probability of rolling number greater than 4? Okay, so greater than 4, we have only two numbers in the die, that is 5 and 6. Okay, so denominator of the probability, which is nothing but 6, total number of outcome, and the numerator is we want greater than number 4. So only two numbers which is greater, 5 and 6. So numerator is 2. So 2 3s are 6. So the answer is 1 over 3. Look at the next question. So this is the total number of outcomes when we throw two dice together. That is nothing but 6 to the power 2, total 36. So the outcome is look like this 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, okay, and so on. So the first number represent the first die, and the second number represent the second dice number. Okay. So these are the total 36 outcomes. So by using this 36 outcome, we have to solve the problems, doublet, sum, and all. So look at the first question. What is the probability of getting doublet? Doublet means same numbers on both the dice. So here this is a 36 outcome. So doublet means this 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4, 5 comma 5, and 6 comma 6. So total how many numbers are there? Like doublet, only 6 out of 36. So in the denominator, as the question of two dice, so total number are 36, and we want doublet. So how many doublets are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So numerator is 6. So 6 upon 36, which is 1 over 6. Okay. Look at the most important question, that is on sum. So whenever we have to find out like this, what is the probability that this sum is exactly 7? Okay, on tossing a drawing a two dice. Okay, so if the question is on two die, we know that total number in the denominator 36. Now we have to find out those outcome whose sum is 7. Okay, so for example, the first outcome 1 comma 1, so if we add 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2, so this is not 7. Okay, second outcome 1 plus 2, which is 3. So similarly we want the sum to be 7. So in which outcome we'll get sum to be 7? 1 comma 6, so 1 plus 6 sum is 7. Similarly 1 comma 6 is there, then 6 comma 1 is also there. Then 5 comma 2, 2 comma 5, 3 comma 4, 4 comma 3. Okay, so again we have 6 elements in that the sum is 7. So the answer is 6 in the numerator. So 6, 6 are 36. So the probability is 1 over 6. Look at the next one. Similarly, suppose if the question is what is the probability that the sum is at least 10. Okay, so this word, the meaning of at least that we have discussed in the last class, at least means minimum. Okay, so at least 10 means minimum 10. So we can take more than 10, but we don't have to move backward. Minimum it should be 10. Okay, so we can take 10, we can take 11, we can take 12. The maximum sum is 12 because if you look at the last element, that is 6 comma 6, so 6 plus 6, the maximum sum is 12. Okay, and the minimum sum is 1 plus 1, 2. So we want sum to be minimum 10. Okay, so at least 10 means minimum 10, so we can take 10, 11 and 12. So in which outcomes we will get the sum 10, 11, 12? Only that outcomes we have to see. So 4 plus 6, sum is 10, 5 plus 5, 10, 6 plus 4, 10, 6 plus 5, 11, 5 plus 6, 11 and 6 plus 6, 12. Okay, remaining outcomes, the sum is less than 10. So only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outcomes are there. In that sum is minimum 10. So denominator is 36 and numerator is 6. So again the answer is 1 over 6. So the trick to find out the sum is, okay, this is the ultimate trick. You don't have to do anything if you remember this trick. So the minimum sum is nothing but 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and maximum sum is nothing but 12. Okay, so number of ways of getting 2 as a sum is nothing but 1. Okay, you have to write down just like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and after that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That means if the question is what is the probability of getting sum as 7, so 7 sum has total 6 times. Okay, so the answer is 6 upon 36. If the question is what is the probability of getting a sum as 8, so 8 sum you will get on the 4 outcomes, so the answer is 5 upon 36. Suppose the question is what is the sum of getting 4 as a sum. Okay, so 4 as a sum will get on a 3 outcomes, so the answer is 3 upon 36. Okay, so if you remember this number of ways, it is easy to remember. You have to just write down in the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then again 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so this is a short trick to find out the probability of sum. One more another short trick is there to find out the sum. This is the formula. So suppose you have to find out the sum, means how many elements are there whose sum is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to find out the sum number of element whose sum is 2 to 7, the formula is sum minus 1. Okay, for example, how many elements are there whose sum is, let's say, 5. Okay, so the answer will be 5 minus 1, which is nothing but 4. There are total 4 outcomes are there whose sum is 5. Okay, if you want to see the sum is 5 means 3 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 4 comma 1, 1 comma 4. Okay, so these are the 4 outcomes in which sum is 5. So this formula is applicable only when you have to find out the number of ways whose sum is 2 to 7. The remaining number, sum from 8 to 12, you have to use this formula: 13 minus sum. Okay, 13 minus some value to find out the number of ways. Suppose you have to find out how many elements are there whose sum is, let's say, 10. Okay, so the answer is 13 minus 10. So there are 3 elements whose sum is 10. Okay, for example 6 comma 4, 4 comma 6 and 5 comma 5. So there are only these 3 elements whose sum is 10. Suppose you have to find out how many elements are there whose sum is 9. So the formula is 13 minus 9. There is 4 ways. So total number of elements are 4, whose sum is 9. So you can write down directly 9 over 36. That is the answer of to obtaining the sum 9. Okay. So this is the ultimate short trick to find out sum easily. So you don't have to write down every elements. Look at the next part. For example, here, what is the probability of getting rolling a sum of 8 with 2 dice? Okay, so whenever we want the sum 8, so from 8 to 12, what is the formula? 13 minus that sum value, that is 8. So 13 minus 8 is 5. So the correct answer is 5 over 36. Okay, suppose the question is what is the probability of rolling a sum to be 5? Okay, so if the sum is 2 to 7, then the formula is 5 minus 1, which is 4. So the correct answer is 4 over 36. Okay, so remember this trick to save your time in the exam. So this is the all about probability of dice. If you like this video, then share with your friend and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.